Hello everybody and welcome to Marma J DAO Live. Today we're going to be talking about the Marma J DAO's involvement in Aave, specifically Aave on Polygon. So actually I want to quickly edit the description off screen so that this actually makes sense. Marma J Live Aave on Polygon. Okay, so now that I've saved this video, at least people will be able to see the correct information. So, as you can see, we've earned 3 Matic tokens since, I guess, this morning. I'm not sure when my last transaction was. It just says September 5th. What time? Transaction confirmed last night at 6:46 p.m. So, we've earned, so it was yesterday, we earned 3.1 Matic since yesterday at 6 p.m. So, it's been about 20 hours, let's say. So let's say we earn probably about 3.5 to 4 Matic a day, and we earn that from this here. So we have $68,000 US currently deposited in the Aave platform on Matic. So if you've never heard of Aave before, let's click the main. So there's the Aave V2 market in general. We can click through that really quickly. You can see there's $21 billion, and that's a lot of money. Then you have the AMM market, automated market maker, kind of like a ref. There's $50 million there. Then you have the Aave market on Polygon, specifically, which is a layer 2 platform, which has, how much money is that? Is that $4 billion? Lord help me. Yes, that is $4 billion. So in total, those are 22 billion. In their AMM, they have 40 something million or 20 something million, and then on Polygon, there's 4 billion. You can see there's a lot of $193 million of Matic in there, almost $1 billion of DAI, $1.1 billion of USDC, 200 million of USDT, all of these tokens, and this wrapped ETH is actually where we started. We took 10 Ethereum. From the Ethereum Layer 1 network. We moved it across the bridge on Polygon, and we ended up with 10 wrapped ETH, 10 WETH. So if you look at my dashboard, you'll see, or my dashboard, this is for the marmaj.eth account. You can see we have 10 wrapped ETH deposited. Now, what that did is it gave us some borrowing power. So that's about $40,000. And if you look specifically, so if I want to borrow, you'll see that I can borrow certain assets now. I can borrow up to 6 ETH, or I can borrow some USDC, and we can kind of go through what we're doing. What we did though is we borrowed some DAI. So let's click the DAI button. You can see that we've actually already borrowed 28,000 DAI, and this number will tick up every second. So we've actually borrowed a little more at each point in time. The reason that we're actually borrowing more and more DAI is because there's fees. So there's a variable borrow APY, which is actually going up at the moment. So now the fees are almost 6% a year in fees. So we can borrow a lot more, but that would be very risky. That would put our health factor to 1.5, very, very bad, very close to liquidation. And it kind of shows you, your health factor currently, how much can you borrow. So if you borrow 100 DAI, or if you deposit 100 DAI, you can borrow 77.88. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, you put 10, let's go to our dashboard again. The Marma J Foundation deposited 10 WETH. So how do we also have $28,000 deposited? Like, that was not our own funds. What we did is we took the $28,000 that we actually borrowed, and then we went back and we deposited it back into Aave. Now, this thing's a little bit confusing, but the reason we did that was so that we actually didn't have to pay the entire 6% while we weren't using the funds. So if this is clear, we put 10 ETH into like a bank or a vault. That allows us to be able to borrow. So let's say we wanted to borrow off the WETH, we can borrow a certain amount of assets. We borrowed some DAI off of that asset, and then we decided to actually deposit that DAI back in. So as you can see here, we wanted to deposit the DAI, which we deposited $28,000 of, or 28 units of, because we want to earn this APY. So like, it was almost 6% in APY we're paying on our loan, but we earn about 4.2%. And it's a variable APY. So it's interesting to be able to, so we can, if you get liquidated, a 5% penalty. Yes, we can use it as collateral, which is very interesting because what it means is you can now draw another asset out. So let's say you want it to be really fancy. We want it to be super fancy right now. What we could do is we could borrow again, and we can say, hey, let's borrow some USDC. Now, USDC has a higher rate. So you might be asking, why would you want to borrow on USDC? Let's check. So we use Paytry, we meaning myself, the Marma J Foundation, to get back and forth from fiat to crypto. We use Paytry because it's non-custodial. They have free e-transfers, and it allows us to say, come here and say, hey, we want USDC from Polygon, and can we please get some dollars in our account? Now we cannot use USDC DAI yet, sadly. We cannot use DAI on Polygon. We can only use USDC on Polygon. So even though it has a higher rate, a higher fee here, we still don't want to do it. Now, we can borrow up 24 grand. So right now I could just say, hey, let me borrow $10,000. It'll put our health factor to about 1.43. Not that fun, but it's not that bad in terms of riskiness, right? It's showing you, it gives you nice little colors so you could see, oh my gosh, if we want to take that much, it's red, risky. Or we could take out about, 10,000 and we'd still be in this orange-green range. Now, to be honest, I would like to keep us around 1.5 or above for the Marma J Foundation. We are pretty bullish on the price of Ethereum. So if you look at our dashboard, as the price of Ethereum goes up, we will actually have more balance and more borrowing power. So arguably, this wrapped ETH alone could pay off a loan. Now, some a little more of the math. Let's do it quickly. So if we're paying about 6% on this loan on DAI, and we're earning 3.7% in Matic, okay, so we're earning that in Matic, then we're earning 4%, let's say, by depositing this DAI. So now we're earning, it's changed. The APY just changed a little bit, but still, and the APY here dropped a little bit as well, but it's okay. We're earning about 2% here. We're earning about 4%, 3.5% here, right? So we're at 5.5%. Plus we're earning 4% here. So you can see we're at about 9.5% in our earnings, and then our fees are at about 5.5 to 6%. So we actually right now we are earning Matic. We are earning money, funds for the Marma J Foundation while we are depositing our fees. But we haven't actually withdrawn anything or used anything on fiat yet. So if you look at this, if I try and say I want to withdraw 10,000, it actually won't let me. The max amount you can withdraw per day is 10,000 Canadian dollars. So to be the most efficient as possible, we would obviously want to actually get almost this exact amount of USDC. Let's say there's a little bit of gas and everything else. So let's do, see, it won't even let me click it in. Let's go back to Aave, and let's say we wanted to actually borrow that amount of USDC. I'd come here, I would type that in, and then I would say, and you could see, it would keep us directly in this health factor. It would actually be 1.5. Now, that's one way of doing things, right? We could drop that, we can lower our health factor. We can also swap, which I think is really cool. So we can take our DAI, which we have 28,000 deposited, right? Remember, this is only for assets you've deposited. Okay, so I'm going to change my slippage. I use the lowest slippage that is on the UI because, I don't want to lose money. But if I took that amount here and I said, okay, I want 8,050, and I said, can you please give me some USDC? My health factor would actually go up. Okay, so this is kind of funny in my opinion. So we're going to actually do it this way so we can make it a little bit clearer of our possibilities. You will see though that we'll lose $8 on the swap. Now, that's okay to me. I think, well, first of all, wait, sorry, I have to log into my ledger and, that always takes me a little while, and switch to the Ethereum network because I was on Near earlier. But if I hit continue, this will take 8,000 of our DAI, and it will move it over to USDC. You'll also see that we're actually earning 4.14, and we'll earn actually a little bit more on there. So let's just say, okay, yes, we're going to do it. Thank you very much. We're going to, first of all, approve USDC, which is why I'm actually doing this as well. Sorry, we're approving it to spend our DAI. My bad. So again, I have to go to my ledger and I have to say, yes, please accept and send. So it's sending a transaction right now to approve the spending of AM DAI. And AM DAI just means it's DAI that has been deposited onto the Aave market. It's at top right, Aave market. So that's Aave market DAI. Now that I've approved it, I can actually swap. So I'm swapping from 8,050 AM DAI that I have, and it's a very inexpensive fee. I mean, 0.00 something Matic. I don't even. Yeah, it's 0.0017 Matic. Matic's around $1 or something. I don't know if you don't even know at the moment. I should probably check these things. Matic is cheap enough where 0.001 to me is almost like 0.002 cents. Negligible in terms of fees when you're losing 8% on a 1.01% swap. 0.0, yeah. So once that goes through, we'll be, it's funny, I'm used to near at this point in time, so I'm used to waiting 1 or 2 seconds for transaction finality. It's a bit weird for me to be on Matic or on Polygon at times, where transactions take like 30 seconds to a minute. It's actually, I know it's not that long. But anyways, now after a while, you're going to see that our borrows are going to change. So you're going to see we have a borrow of about 20,000 DAI, and you'll see we have a borrow of about 8,000 USDC. So it might take a little bit. Actually, I shouldn't even refresh the page. It will show up in my MetaMask whenever it confirms. So I'm actually going to check to see if anyone's chatting it up. No one's chatting it up so far. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So this is, again, our main dashboard. We are just kind of waiting. Actually, while we wait, let's do a claim. We're going to claim some of our Matic. Again, you can see this is ticking up slowly. We're earning Matic as we go. You can see it ticking up. Okay, so we're going to claim this Matic. When we claim it, again, we're claiming W Matic. Again, it's wrapped Matic that we're claiming. We're not actually claiming Matic. And I'll do a quick little, go through of how you would take your wrapped Matic and then switch it into real Matic. So we go to Quick Swap or something. Yeah. Oops, that's not Quick Swap. Sorry. We go to Quick Swap. We would boom, boom, boom. Takes long to load. We would hit W Matic in here, and then to unwrap it, we just hit Matic. Then it's going to say, now it's saying insufficient WETH balance. Max, you get pretty much the same amount. You do get the same amount because you're just unwrapping. Anyways, you're just paying gas fees to unwrap. It's 0.00036 Matic. So for basic unwrapping transactions, a lot cheaper than a complex Aave transaction. So we'll wait for that transaction to go through. We'll look at our dashboard, and we will see. Here we go. It's showing up now. Sorry, it is not on the borrowed side yet. It's on the deposit side. Okay. Now what we can do is we have 8,050, which is interesting because it's actually worth 8,060, so it's worth $10 more. Very interesting. So you say we lost $8 in that swap. We actually didn't, arguably. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Now what we can do is if we want to keep our borrow in DAI, let's say we want to support the DAI network, we can actually hit withdraw, and we can just withdraw the max amount here. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Now, that is going to drop our health factor from 1.94 to 1.7. Okay, so we're going to just do it because I think it keeps things pretty simple if we just go through it. I'm going to confirm the transaction. We are going to say accept and send. I should probably log into PayTry too while we're waiting. But as you can see, this Quick Swap transaction went through. Let's close Quick Swap. Let's go back to Aave. Let's go to our dashboard, and we are actually going to deposit some more Matic now. So we're going to take our Matic. We are going to come here, and we're going to say, okay, please, let's deposit 4 Matic tokens because we earned this. And we want to make sure we're continuing to reinvest our earnings so we could, pay less interest on our loan. And every time we reinvest, obviously we're compounding how much Matic we have as well, right? So after 6 months or 2 months of doing this, we should have hundreds of Matic. And I started this off with 10 Matic I got for free from WizardX. So thank you very much, WizardX. Couldn't do this without you. But as you can see, I want to keep our health factor above 1.5. We are currently at 1.7. I do like keeping my borrow in DAI just because I feel like I'm supporting DAI volume on Matic or on Polygon instead of USDC. We use USDC mainly, but look, our dashboard looks almost the same. We ended up being able to withdraw 8,000 or so of the DAI that we had. And now if we go to Polygon, we can log in. Now again, it might not work with the login that I have. We'll see how this goes. So this is my personal account that I'm using currently. You won't be able to see any of the background information on here because I'm on a different tab. Sorry, you can't see my personal information. Maybe next time. So here we use the login link. I'm on a completely different tab at the moment. That might be why I'm having an issue. Let's try it here. Maybe. This page will load when verification link is authenticated. Doesn't seem like it wants to let me do that. Okay, successfully authenticated. There we go. It just took a little while. Okay. Let's see if it logs in now. So this is the only issue. I'm opening it up on a different browser. It might be easier just to open it up on my other browser and show you guys what that looks like. So we're gonna try that again. We are going to come here. We are going to switch which Chrome browser you are seeing as well. Sorry about that. Oops. There we go. Here we go. So now you can see this. We're going to try logging it again just so that it keeps it up. We are going to... And now it doesn't even want to keep that. Okay, so I guess you are going to be able to see my email. It just gives me a link anyway. So when I say non-custodial, this is what I mean. I'll be able to show it in a second. You get a wonderful email sent to you saying, here's your login. If it decides it wants to come at some point soon. If it takes too long, I might just go back to Aave and go look at more of that for now. But we should be good. It really doesn't like me. I also might need to resend, what's it called? I might need to change some settings as well to ensure that, maybe it'll be here. Oh, let's see if this one works. It probably won't work to click the same link twice, will it? No. Hey, try it. You're giving me so many issues right now. It's not fun. Not fun. Okay, resend link. Let's try that since it's clearly taking its sweet time. Okay, while we wait for that to work, because PayTry seems to be giving us lots of issues. You can see at least that this is kind of the cycle that we're using at the moment. Here's your total collateral. You could see, our total borrowing power, and you can see that we've used about 81% of our borrowing power so far. The goal, of course, is that after a certain amount of time, we can, use our Canadian dollars in our fiat account to pay back this loan, or we could just send over some DAI, right? So if we wanted to repay, what we would need to do is repay 28,000 or 20,500 DAI. The cool part about that is, again, let's assume that ETH goes up a whole bunch, and we wanted to borrow even more DAI off of that ETH. We might be able to borrow more DAI off of the same amount of ETH and start to pay back our loans as well. It seems like I'm not getting the email for some reason from PayTry. Seem to be having an issue there. So let's try this again. Don't think there is a way to log in with a password as well. I've never used it, to be fair. Maybe I'll be able to figure that one out, but I don't think so. You know what might work though? Okay, let's try this. Oops, not PayPal. This is what happens when I no one uses, you didn't even log in. See, no one uses PayPal. Okay, let's try this again. So when I hit log in with password, let's try that. I don't ever actually use that, log in with password, but it really doesn't want to open the page today. So maybe this will be, where we end this stream, considering I wanted to, talk about Aave and PayTry in this video. But if we get a blank screen when we try and log in, that is not going to be very useful. So let's log in. Login will be sent to the account. Maybe we could try logging with a different account. This definitely shouldn't work. I'm 99% sure we do not have a PayTry account with the Marma J Foundation. But we'll see. And this, I like live streaming this stuff and not trying to create some sort of random video, because this shows the actual issues that occur in Web3 and then, how people would try and solve them. Like, let's say you actually withdrew this and you have to pay your bill today, right now. You could see that I'm actually not able to do so because I'm trying to log into PayTry. It's not working. Let's see if I actually, I don't want to create a new account. Okay, so it does have everything here. I click login. Oh, did this work? Okay, so now I'm logged in. Don't know why it worked that time. So it just took a while. Okay, so we're gonna go from USDC on Polygon, hit the max amount. You can see it went up a little bit, so now I'm paying a bit more. We're not gonna worry about those little fees. If you really want to wait for the best price, you can wait every few minutes, for example, but we're just gonna click this. Okay, so we need to send this much USDC from Polygon, and we will get $10,000 into our bank account, okay? We're gonna hit swap, and hopefully it'll open. Oh gosh. I mean, I do have a lot of pages open, so I'm gonna maybe start like closing some of this stuff that I have open. Maybe that's causing me to have a rough time. Let's see. I think PayTry is having a rough time right now, to be completely honest. Do we refresh the page? I guess we refresh the page because it clearly was not loading anything. So if sending funds from an exchange, so here, okay, that clearly didn't work, right? So we'll try it again. It's trying, guys, it's trying. Oh, I think because the price changed. Let's try it faster this time. There you go. I think it was having issues because it is non-custodial again. You really have to make sure you're getting the right price. So I'm kind of annoyed because like the price keeps changing. Now I want a better price. I keep paying, no, other way around, my friend. And you can see how when you want to pay, this is important as well. If you want to pay back your loan, you can actually only pay back your loan $2,500 Canadian at a time. So something to think about. Like if you have a $100,000 loan on Aave and you're trying to use PayTry to do this, it's going to take you, 25 days or 20 days to be able to do that? That's a long time. So think about all this beforehand. Let's actually go this, oh gosh. I keep clicking buttons. So let's go back here and hit max. Okay, it went back down. I see it's $1. Submit. Okay, so now what we have to do is send this much. Okay, so it's keeping it, I copy and paste this much USDC from Polygon. Okay, this is my address that I'm logged in on. Send it to this address. Okay, so let's copy and paste their address. Okay, I'm going to go to my assets, and I have 8,000. I mean, maybe you can't see it. Okay, and I did a little more again because I wanted to make sure I had the exact amount I had to do. Now, new address detected, added to your address book. I don't know if, can you even see? No, you can't even see my MetaMask that's popped up. But I am not going to, oh man, where did the pop-up go? Now I have to find the pop-up because I clicked something else. Oh, I'm not logged in to my MetaMask. That'll do it. Here we go. So we are going to send this person, and we are going to send, where is it? USDC. I know you can't see my screen right now. I wish you could. I keep trying to make sure if you can see it or not, and then it keeps going away. So, okay. we're gonna send USDC for the amount that we send. It's going to be 8,027 and 74. Oh gosh, is this one of those times where we're gonna have to like write? Okay, yeah, my bad. So the way I do this, because MetaMask will keep closing on me if I do it this way. You can open MetaMask and a new tab, but anyways, I copy and paste it, and you can't see my screen, so just bear with me. It'll say new address detected. Click here to add it to your address book. I'll hit yes, and I'll call it Paytry's address. Now, don't believe that this is always going to be Paytry's address. I'm only using this one time. The address might change in the future. I'm only saving it so that I can. Okay, so we're going to use 8,027.74. Don't worry about that. Okay, so our gas price is going to be like one gwei. It doesn't like one gwei is high enough on Matic, in my opinion. So we are going to send 8,027.74 USDC to this address. We hit next. It says 0.0, very small gas fees. We're sending it. Confirm. Oh gosh, my ledger. See, and this is me. My ledger was not unlocked. So let's do that again. But this should be the last time I have to do that. So it failed instantly. But now when I hit send, it'll actually have Paytry's address saved, which is awesome. I don't have to keep copying and pasting Paytry's address. I have the number copy and pasted. I hit next. Now because my ledger's unlocked, I hit confirm. It'll go to my ledger. This time, I'll hit accept and send, and now we just sent. And now I remember I said transactions on Polygon don't take 1 second like they do on Near. They take a little bit longer, sadly. And so instead of getting instant so I was talking to Paytry support, and I was like, hey, you guys should add Near DAI, Near assets. They're like, oh, well, we don't have lots of people that want to use that yet. And I'm like, not yet. This is one of my biggest issues. On Ethereum, you might have to wait like 2 or 3 minutes for confirmation or longer. That's stressful. Like every time I send transactions, I don't know confirmation and finality. I'm quite stressed. And if I have to wait 5, like on Bitcoin, we wait 6 confirmations. That could be an hour to relieve that stress. On Ethereum, 15 seconds, a little more. On Matic, it's a lot cheaper, but the time has not changed to get finality. On Near, the best part about Near, in my opinion, is 1 second finality. You get 1 second doomslug finality, which means that if no validator gets getting slashed is a huge thing. So if no validator gets slashed in the network, which is very easy to know because you'd see someone losing like hundreds of millions of dollars probably, or millions of dollars if they got slashed. If no one gets slashed, then you're good to go. 1 second finality, you can send $1 million over the blockchain. 1 second later, you're good to go. So you don't need to wait. Oh, it's already sent. So if I refresh the page, it might. Okay, there you go. Your interact request will be accepted within 30 minutes. Please check your inbox for interact money, whatever. Okay, so we just did it. That was it. Like this is the non-custodial page. It's one website. You log in or you make an account. So if you're Canadian, you can make an account. You do KYC, all that fun stuff. But that's done. I mean, that was it. I mean, and it wasn't the most simplest thing in the world. But for example, if you go to my dashboard, if we needed to get 8,000 more out tomorrow, for example, we would come here again, we would hit swap, we'd swap how much we needed, so this much was the exact amount. Hopefully tomorrow, it'll be like, hopefully tomorrow we'll only need 8,000, maybe the Canadian dollar will go, down? We want the Canadian dollar to go down, I suppose. It doesn't really matter to us that much, but then what we can do is, again, take the $8,000 DAI, move it to USDC, and you'll see our health factor will be exactly the same, but a better way of seeing what your health factor would look like is to go here and actually see what it would look like to actually borrow more here. So, right? So if we borrowed 8,000 more, we would actually be a little bit under the 1.5 area we wanted to stay at. And obviously, if you want to do it 3 times, you want to take out 16,000, then we'd be quite risky at 1.1 as your collateralization ratio. So this does play into which utilization rate is going up really high right now. The variable interest rate is going really high. So this is interesting as well. So maybe right now, if actually APY is high across the board, but that's how it would work. So now I'm not going to show you my bank account, I guess. Within 30 minutes, we'll have funds in our bank account, which we can then use to support the Marma J Foundation in various ways. So, for example, this is we're going to keep this very, very basic at a high level. But as you can see, this is the Marma J Foundation. We have NFTs here where we raise funds for Friends of the Care Project.near. If you go to our Earned tab, you'll see that the Friends of the Care Project has earned 21.88 near so far. Now, if we want to get this near to the Friends of the Care Project, we actually have to go, I can't type, okay. Friends of the Care Project, donors, and the way they take donations right now is through PayPal. Now, I have emailed them saying, hey, we have a near account for you. You could take ownership if you'd like. We'll send money other ways. But if they want funds in PayPal, we will send them in PayPal. So, donating in PayPal, there's a very basic donation button, and this is how they, want donations. Now, fun. We have a Crypto.com credit card. So when it says donate with debit or credit card, we can actually take $100, and we can actually take this near and move it to Crypto.com, right? And we can use our Crypto.com credit card to literally spend that 21 near there. Or, for example, we can have this in our bank account, and currently our PayPal is connected to our bank account. So the same place where we could take that near, we can send it across. This is kind of fun. We could send it across the rainbow. We could sell it to. This is actually what we might do. So, let's say we had this near. We go to Ref Finance. We go to pools. We want to support liquidity here. What we can do, say we raised 10,000 near, some really, really high amount of near, and it wasn't just 21, right? If it's 21 near, we're going to go use Crypto.com, and I will explain that maybe another time. But if someone had, let's say, a ton of near, let's say we raised 10,000 near, we could actually get 1.5 ETH out of that. Now, if we had 1.5 ETH, we can move assets across the Rainbow Bridge. Switch wallet. Oh, it's because I'm not on the right network. So let's log in off of Polygon to main Ethereum network. Again, this video is not what it's about, but as you can see, we've already been moving assets back and forth from near to Ethereum. We can have a new transfer where we take assets from near, let's say we had WETH, we move them to there. We hit continue, we can hit select token. Okay, so we could say, can we please take, I'm just gonna look for it here. Okay, nope, not NETH, we're looking for N wrapped ETH, thank you very much. There we go. So let's say we had 1.5, right? It would be 1.5, and we would get out 1.5 wrapped ETH here. We could then go back to Aave and use the bridge. So let's go Polygon bridge. Never do this, by the way. Never Google things like this and then use that first link at the top as your place. It could be a scam link. But look, I have it saved already. So when I go to I bookmarked it. So when I do go on Google and I click that link, if I don't see this is bookmarked, I will definitely double check and look deeper into it. But like we said, then we would have 1.5 ETH on Ethereum, and we'd hit switch. It would move it to Polygon, and then we'd automatically have more wrapped ETH here. So we'd be at 11.5. Then we could say deposit. We would take wrapped ETH. We would say, your balance is 0, so it wants us to transfer some, but that's how we would transfer it. We want Polygon. We deposit it. It would show up here as a balance of 1.5, and then we would deposit 1.5. We would go to borrow. We could borrow USDC on that asset, and then we could withdraw that. Where is it? We can go here. We can hit withdraw on the USDC we borrowed, and then go back to PayTry and get it into our bank account or whatever else. So that's kind of the flows that we use currently. For small value transfers, we're going to use Crypto.com. We'll do a video about that in the future. We have a Crypto.com credit card, all that fun stuff. But for larger volume of trades, we use Aave to get the best rate, so we can earn while we're having a loan. And so this would be the fun math. So now we have $20,000 making 6.19%, and we have $30,000 making 3.75%. And it would be interesting and we also have $10,000 making this percent. Now I wonder, are we breaking even at this point? Are we losing money? We're probably losing money. The $8,000 difference there is interesting. But Anyways, I hope this was helpful for anybody. First of all, to understand how is the Marma J DAO and Marma J Foundation using Aave on Polygon. First of all, so this is how we're using it right here. You can see all of this, but also why we're using it and what are our plans for the future. So hopefully that's been clear as well. I'll quickly check to see if anyone has any questions or comments or anything like that, but I'm assuming no one does. Awesome. So 35 minutes into this video, we did a full cycle. I'm gonna quickly, let's see what screen you guys are still. You guys are still seeing our Aave screen. So I'm gonna quickly look actually, because I think full service of this video would be me being able to log into my bank account and see the funds as being deposited. So it did say 30 minutes it would take, so we'll see. Usually it's pretty quick, to be fair. I've never had to wait more than half an hour to receive funds from PayTry, but this is by far my first time using Polygon assets or any assets. Oh gosh, okay, I'm on the wrong browser. I was like, why is this not? Anyways, I have way too many tabs open at one time here. But anyway, oh, that was a terrible idea. Anyways, okay, we'll see in a few seconds whether we have those funds here yet or not. Crypto.com takes a really long time, by the way, as well. I know we're talking about that quickly. So the funds are not there yet. We'll have to just wait, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see. I kind of wanted it to be done in this video so I can just be like, hey, look, it's there. But yeah, they did say up to half an hour, so we shall see. But yeah, thank you everyone for maybe watching this in the future. Hopefully it helps you learn about Aave, maybe how your guild community DAO might have a governing body where it's raising funds, having some sort of treasury. And you got to think, okay, well, how is our treasury going to go from NEAR tokens, ETH tokens, Matic tokens, whatever token your DAO treasury is in, like Metagamma Delta, for example, their DAO treasury might be in I think it's in DAI on Polygon, but they might also be raising Matic, who knows? How would you then take your Matic, deposit into Aave, draw out some USDC and use that to get back to fiat, specifically for Canada, obviously. We're talking about here on PayTry, but on Crypto.com you would be able to then have other possibilities as well. And I'm sure there's other platforms where you can use tokens from stablecoins from Polygon, but this is specifically for Canadians because we use PayTry, and because I'm Canadian. So hope this video was helpful. Love y'all, and that's all today from the Marma J DAO.